If you're new to the hobby of sports cards or have been around for a little while, you may have run into the term breaking. In today's video, we're going to cover a variety of styles and explain what exactly breaking is. My name is Donnie and welcome to D's Sports and Trading Cards. What exactly is breaking? Well, if we have to give it a definition, breaking would be when a single person or business opens a box or case of cards, charges spots for people to potentially win a certain selection of cards from the product. So, to provide an example, I have here a value pack of 2021 Chronicles football. Now, we're going to open up this pack, right? As we go through this little pack, I'll give an example how a break works. So first, we have the product. Now, we're going to go around and try to sell spots of this product to other people. So, let's say you, like me, are a Philadelphia Eagle fan. So, you buy the spot for Eagles. So now we're going to open this. Whatever Eagle card we pull, if we pull any, you will get. Okay, so the product's been ripped. Now we're going to go through these. We got Broncos, Jets, we got Cooper, J.J. Watt, Brandon Cooks, Deontay Johnson, Josh Allen, Herbie. We got another Zach Wilson. This is a Gridiron Kings. Got a Rondale Moore, Luminance update. Got a Mac Jones Panini. A bronze Davis Mills, Gridiron Kings. Herbert, DeAndre Swift. Then finishing it with a Michael Carter playoff. So that would be the example of a break. But now we look through those cards again. Eagles didn't hit. That's the gamble you take with breaking. So sometimes you hit, sometimes you don't. And there's a lot of styles of breaks that occur. The example we just provided was probably one of the more common ones of a pick your team. This is where you pick the certain team that you want to buy into, you buy that team, and now whatever cards have that team on them, you now get. With pick your teams, the price will depend on the team's current or previous draft selection. So in this example, this is a 2021 product. Jaguars are going to be a lot more expensive than, let's say, the Washington Commanders, because you're trying to get a Trevor Lawrence versus trying to find probably a Dyami Brown. So the price difference between those two teams are going to be very wide. Jaguars will be extremely expensive. Washington will be on the cheaper end. With pick your team breaks, price is always going to fluctuate between what team you're trying to get. The next most common one is a random team break. This is where before they open the product, the breaker will randomize the teams with people that are in the break, and then you'll get a team before they open the product. With random teams, since you don't know what team you're buying, every spot will cost the same because no one knows what they're getting. Usually these are a little bit cheaper and easier to get into. The next one we're going to cover is a random tiered break. Now, this is where one spot will each have a team in the top tier of the league and then the bottom tier. Usually the tiers are determined by the team's previous draft class and what rookie cards people are after. So the Jaguars, let's say, might get paired with the Las Vegas Raiders, or the Jets might get paired with someone like the Browns or something like that. So that's kind of how the tier teams breaks work. Next break style we're going to talk about are random divisions. Now, so random divisions is sticking with the NFL. There's 8 spots, one for each division in each conference. So the NFC will have North, East, South, and West. The AFC will have its North, East, South, and West. So let's say we're buying into an AFC East spot, right? Let's go back to the pack that we opened earlier. Well, any AFC East cards or players that are on an AFC East team we would get. So we would get the Jets, we'd get the Patriots, we would get, any Zach Wilsons, any Mac Joneses, any Josh Allens. Those are what you would get if you bought into that specific division. So that's a division break. Random pack styles are another type of break that you can see probably more in the gaming side with like Pokemon, Magic, Star Wars cards or any kind of other trading cards that aren't related to sports. So let's say a breaker is ripping a booster box of Pokemon. So each booster box I think usually has like 36 packs or so. Let's just use that as an example. So 36 packs. Each break would have 36 spots. You can buy into one spot, and then one of those packs is yours. So they open the pack, and then whatever those cards are in there, those are yours. Like I said, these are more common in the gaming cards, trading cards, things that aren't sport related. And sometimes you'll see them like, let's say WWE or UFC, NASCAR, F1, stuff that really isn't team oriented like most sports. The next break we're going to talk about is a little less common, more of like the higher end products, the ones with very limited numbered cards. Let's take example for Flawless. Flawless is a very high end product where all the cards in that set or that they make are numbered to like 25 or less. This is a Rashad Bateman Pending Greatness XR. So in a random serial number break, the right serial number will always stay the same. This is how many of that card exist. So there's 24 other versions of this Impending Greatness Rashad Bateman. So number left of that is the number you have, or the number of that particular card. So if you were to get in the random serial number break, you'd be buying the number on the left. So if I bought the spot that's a number 8 and this gets pulled, well, this has an 8 on the left side. So this is a card that would be going to me. That's how random serial number works. And the last one we're going to talk about is a random hit style. Now this style of break is probably the lesser common of the ones that we've mentioned. This is when you buy into a spot and then the product gets broke before you know what you're getting. So Leaf makes a good product for an example of this called Pop Century. This is just a bunch of random celebrities, artists, like music, just pop culture icons. Usually have like autographs or very low number of cards. With this kind of product, if you buy into a spot, the breaker will open the product before you know what you're getting. So let's say Pop Century, I think they have 5 cards. So breaker will open the product, reveal all 5 cards, and then they'll random those cards, and then random the names of whoever's in the break. And then whatever, spot you land, you get that card. So these are a lot less common, but with products that are with a lot of different individuals, you'll probably see this as a common theme for that style of product. I hope that makes sense. So those are all really the different styles of breaks that I've seen like online and that kind of thing. So there's a lot of different ways you can buy into a break. Now, if you're asking me personally whether I, buy into breaks or not, I'll be honest, I really don't. I don't necessarily think breaks are the root of all evil like some collectors think. I also don't think they are the way to go per se. It all depends on what you want to collect. I think breaks can be really good for team collectors. If I bought in the break and got nothing but Eagles cards, and if I was a Eagle team collector, then I can't really lose. The only way I lose is if I don't hit any cards at all, which for me is my biggest fear of spending money into a break and not getting anything. I would much rather spend a couple hundred, buy a hobby box or something where I'm guaranteed or should be getting like autos and then a certain number of numbered cards or parallels or something like that. I would rather spend the more money and pretty much be guaranteed of getting something. Granted, no matter which way you go, breaks or product or wax as they call it, either way is a gamble. Either way is a risk. You're not guaranteed anything as far as getting your money back. Like, that's all a gamble. I've seen plenty of people buy into a lot of breaks with higher end product and, come away with RPAs of Trevor Lawrence that are out of 50 or 10 or, like Zach Wilson auto patch 101s and, crazy things. Like, you can definitely hit big, but the probability is the issue. It's like, do you want to play those odds or not? And me personally, I don't. I would say if you're a beginner collector, or if you're just getting into it, maybe watch some breaks. A lot of breakers will put their previous stuff on YouTube, or you can watch their live breaks on Twitch or YouTube or even Instagram and other social medias. Kind of watch that, kind of get an idea of it. But honestly, if you're brand new to this, I would not go in and spend a couple hundred on a spot and then end up with nothing, and you're like, oh well, I don't like this feeling, so I'm just not gonna bother with this hobby. I hope that kind of clears up what breaking is. I hope I did a good job explaining it. If you're still kind of unsure of it or don't understand a particular area of it, please leave a comment below and I'll try to do a better job of rephrasing it or just being a little bit more clear. And if you found this video helpful, educational, please leave a like button on it. So if someone out there has the same question or same curiosity, that this video can reach them and maybe help them as well. And if this kind of content is something that you think you like or enjoy watching, be sure to subscribe. We're going to try to have a couple of videos a month on this channel and just keep educating you guys and going over product and that kind of thing. So I'm excited for the future. Until next video, everyone, take care, and we will see you then.